Hola amigos de Perlas Cristianas, estamos aquí en una nueva entrega de Perlas Cristianas y ya saben que, pues nuestro principal objetivo es difundir la vida porque sin ella no hay nada. Y en eso estamos intentando presentar permanentemente argumentos que puedan ustedes difundir sobre por qué la vida, desde que se concibe hasta que desaparece naturalmente. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué es bueno vivir? ¿Por qué es bueno amar a las personas que tenemos alrededor? ¿Por qué es bueno sufrir con ellas? ¿Por qué es bueno intentar ayudar con un poquito de amor a su sufrimiento? ¿Por qué es bueno dar libertad a los nacidos? Dar libertad a los concebidos. Parece que la sociedad ha olvidado que estar vivo es bueno. Parece que la sociedad, dentro de ese mundo de misericordia banal, pretende hacernos creer que lo mejor es estar muerto. Lo mejor es estar muerto cuando uno no dispone de renta suficiente, cuando uno no dispone de tiempo para disfrutar en ese turismo enloquecido en la que todos estamos involucrados. La vida. La vida es para vivirla, pero también para sostenerla con argumentos. Y ahí estamos. Vamos a presentar un pequeño corte del reportaje que la EWTN ha realizado como preámbulo a ese viaje que el Papa Francisco va a realizar al sudeste asiático. Es un viaje largo, profundo, en tierra de misión, porque esas tierras son la mayoría y en mayoría o musulmanas o islámicas. Y allí viven pequeñas comunidades cristianas, pequeñas comunidades católicas. En ese reportaje de la EWTN se hace una revisión en detalle con los signos más importantes para que entendamos cuál va a ser y cómo puede ser ese viaje del Papa Francisco. Les dejamos aquí y al final del vídeo el corte preciso para que vean, si lo desean, todo el reportaje. Hemos optado en esta ocasión para dejarles en subtítulos la entrevista a personas católicas que luchan porque la vida sea signo de salvación para todos. Es una parte que he disfrutado especialmente porque en otras partes de la tierra, otras monjas, otros católicos hacen lo mismo con personas que están en las mismas dificultades que las que les presentamos. Vamos pues con este pequeño corte en el que ustedes van a poder comprobar que vivir, si hay alrededor personas que te aman, merece la pena. Que vivir, si te conceden el magnífico regalo de continuar, puedes dar a luz y vivir. Hasta la siguiente aquí en Perlas Cristianas, ya saben, le den a me gusta, le den a compartir y hablen profundamente de la vida y sean con sus vidas signo de que la vida merece ser vivida. Hasta aquí y les damos ya la introducción al reportaje. Gracias y hasta otra. Chao.
Cardinal John Ryabat is the Archbishop of Port Moresby and the most senior Catholic in the country.
The last smile from the sun to us.
Yeah, the last little kiss from the sun.
That's right, kiss.
As the sun gives us his last smile of the day, we sit down to talk about some of the challenges for the church here.
Your Eminence, you grew up here in Papua New Guinea.
Yes.
What are your memories of growing up as a Catholic in the country?
I was seeing my parents going to the priest, visiting the priest, and you see a community coming together.
So you remember the sense of community?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Papua New Guinea, or community here, they are community addicted.
Papua New Guinea is community addicted, And indeed, while here we hear from many people the importance of community for the locals. But the problem is, much like the multiple denominations among Christians, the people's communities exist within various tribes and clans, which can cause division and in some cases, vicious violence.
Back in the villages, there are these are some cultures that are very strong, and especially with payback system. We say payback system, but this is an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Really? That kind of thing.
Even just 1 month ago, here in the Highlands, an estimated 40 people were massacred, others raped, and homes burnt down in a rural tribal dispute.
Massacre in the remote Papua New Guinea.
Even those bits of the jigsaw puzzle that we're able to put together from a great distance are horrifying.
So there are some places still that is very vicious and very strong.
Really?
Yeah, and that is up in the highlands. Eh?
And what would happen in those tribal areas in the north?
You see, one of the dioceses that was very kind of, and good people and so on, and it was kind of, we thought that things were okay and so on. But now we are hearing of some, really killing and so on like that. That is one of our dioceses.
While here, Pope Francis is scheduled to visit a local ministry that cares for street children, that is, children who can't afford to attend school, and so roam the streets every day. The sisters offer them a free education.
And we try our best to teach them like ABCD, how to spell their name, how to write, how to read.
4 minus 3 equals to 1.
The sisters here say what gives them the most joy is seeing the children leave the school after their studies, now with a better chance in life to have a brighter future.
It's giving me more joy seeing them growing each day in their life, so they feel also that they are special and they feel that they have a place and they are loved by somebody.
As the children in the school wait with excitement for the Pope, we are going west. Next, the Pope will fly to the small, young nation of Timor Este. This country only gained its full independence in 2002 after centuries of Portuguese colonization and a bloody occupation by Indonesia. The country is 97% Catholic, and in the capital Dili, Pope Francis will meet with the country's president and Nobel Peace Prize winner President Jose Ramos Horta.
From El Salvador.
With a police escort, the president is driving us to his residence where he has agreed to an interview ahead of the Pope's visit. And he tells me his country is not the first, but the second most Catholic nation in the world.
Because I'm told by the Vatican that the Vatican City is the most Catholic in the world. I have some doubts, but because it's Vatican telling you, so I accept. So we are number
Vatican tell you, so you accept.
We are number 2, only because they are telling me that.
On a more serious note, President Ramos Horta witnessed firsthand the terror that was inflicted on this country during the Indonesian occupation of 1975 to 1999. His own siblings were murdered and he was exiled from the country. Even after the occupation ended and when he returned, there was an assassination attempt made on his life.
I didn't want any more Timorese to lose their life.
And throughout all of this, he saw the role the Catholic Church played.
For many, many years, the church was the only institution that provided education and then provide shelter for poor people. And then increasingly over as the country evolved, particularly during the struggle for independence, well, if it were not for the church sheltering people, saving lives, speaking out, I don't know whether we would be free today.
Really?
Yes.
Cardinal Virgilio do Carmo da Silva is Timor-Leste's first cardinal, and he too remembers that dark time in recent history.
During that moment, only the church became the voice of the voiceless. the suffering, they were oppressed. As a people, all of us, we feel that wound that has been caused by Indonesian to almost all families.
And the church is still working today to help those in Timor Este, where 40% of the people are below the poverty line. And sometimes, when a child is born with a disability or special need, they are abandoned. And one of the places Pope Francis will visit while he's here is the Irmas Alma School, a home for children with special needs who have been rejected by their families. Some of the children have autism, some Down syndrome, and others just mild physical disabilities. But what they all have in common now is that they are part of this family. Sister Anastasia Muti works here at the centre.
We're living together with the kids. Kids come from every district in Timor Leste, and then, we're living together with us like a family.
Because of how society in Timor Leste views those with disabilities, these children have, in a way, been cast aside. Sister Gertrudis Baidi is the Mother Superior.
Why do they end up here? What are the circumstances that they come from?
Anak-anak yang tinggal dengan kami di sini.
Some of them have families who cannot care for them, but most have been abandoned. Some come to us straight from the hospital, and others from social welfare.
Dari masyarakat yang ada di sekitar kita.
And walking around the building, you'll see that there's a lot of laughter.